for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins, make sure you guys go check out my sponsor U4GM Coins. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off your order. Yo, what's good guys, Venom Fire here back from the video, and today I'm bringing you guys another blitz out of the big nickel over G formation. Now I've been making a lot of videos on this formation, run defenses, blitzes, coverage, and this one's going to be similar to some of the blitzes I've uploaded. I've uploaded the strong safety linebacker blitz and the strong safety blitz 3. This one's going to be out of the strong safety blitz 2, but the blitz setup is a little bit different, and I think it's more effective than the ones I talked about in those videos. Now, I also dropped a full ebook on this yesterday, so make sure you guys go check that out if you want the full run defense in blitz in one video. And again, the blitz I talked about in that was the strong safety linebacker blitz, which is a man coverage. This one's going to be a zone blitz concept. So here we are in the big nickel. Again, I am in the 4-6 playbook. If you do want me to drop a full ebook on that, let me know in the comments. A couple of you guys did. I might try to get that out within the next week. So be on the lookout for that. We got 3-3-5 nickel normal, 3-3-5 wide, and then you got 4-6 normal, big nickel, and dollar. So you got a ton of great formations. Now for this blitz, I would recommend getting someone super fast here in the slot. Dante Jackson, 95 speed, I think, very, very quick. Also, you can get safeties at linebacker. I got Jeremy Chin, very good safety. I might also throw Robinson here in. Again, speed is the key when you're running these big nickel formations. Make sure that you're also in the slot cornerback package. That'll come in handy when I show the Bluff Blitz concept. Because again, I'll show the blitz and then I'll show how to disguise it. Because once he sees the blitz coming through, he's going to start blocking more people. So, strong safety blitz 2. It's the cover 2 shell. Again, I'm just going to be coming out. Let's just run this little spread formation here. And let's just call Y sail. So, here we are out on the field. What we're going to do, first things first, is just press. Next thing we're going to do is pinch your defensive line and slant inside. So you're going to pinch, slant inside, and then what you're going to do is just bring this cornerback in. Now, previously I said I like to have him sort of right here, but you actually want him in probably as far as you can. Now, the reason that you want him further in, and you'll see this in a little bit, is because sometimes the right tackle he'll engage with this player right here, Brian Burns, and then Brian Burns will disengage, go to the right guard, and then the right tackle has enough time to actually pick up this cornerback right here. So if he's too far away, sometimes that right tackle can pick him off, which is why you want him as close as you can. You see right there, that's a pretty good spot. You can't really move him in closer than that because he automatically moves back, but right there, perfect spot. Now with your user, just stand in the gap. Now, if I'm blitzing off the right-hand side, I want my user to the right a little bit, but still in between and over the center, just like this. You don't want him completely in the middle like this. You want him just in the normal position like every DB right there where his hands are on his knees, and then you're just going to move slowly over to the left and then back with your user. So the key is to move to the left. Make sure you hold left trigger so you're strafing, and then you can move back and start using things. Only have to do it for a split second. You guys will see in a little. But yeah, we'll snap the ball here, and I'll move over. Right there, you see Dante Jackson gets the very quick pressure. Not only that, I think we did get another disengage. So I'll show you guys the replay, show you how everything works. And right there, we actually did get a slow cornerback blitz animation, which happens sometimes. In the past, I told you guys to contain this player. Right there, you got a little bit of a weird animation. That, again, the animations vary sometimes, but you see relatively quick pressure off the edge. Too many routes that you could throw. Now take a look at the disengage though. You see with our user, I snapped the ball, I held left trigger, and I just moved over to the left for a split second. You see the running back barely even got out of his route before I was able to go back and user everything. Take a look at some of these players that get the disengage animations. I believe 95 and 94 here, they both got disengages. 94 was able to get free, so if you want, throw some DNs at D-tackle, some quick DNs, so that you can get those quick disengages, because sometimes, even if the cornerback gets blocked off the edge, you can actually get those disengage animations, so the blitz can still work. Again, pinch your D-line, press your corner, and then just slant your defensive line inside. Move the slot cornerback in, right about there is good. And then again, the key is your user. The user is very important. It wouldn't work if I was not standing over the gap here. I'll snap the ball, move over to this left side, and right there we got the super fast animation. Now you'll see Jimmy G, he's actually going to break a lot of sacks throughout the video. Not sure why he has such good break sack, but even when I was labbing this, he was breaking a lot of these sacks. Take a look at this now. Look how fast the cornerback is going to get there. And right there, he's not going to get that weird animation he got last time. He's just going to sprint straight. That's 96 speed, 95 speed straight off the edge. Really quick pressure. And again, we also get the disengage animation still. So 94, you got to disengage. 95 also got to disengage. Now, they got that weird trip up. That is kind of unfortunate. But you notice that 95 actually didn't fall down. And right there, I think the left end might have got a disengage at the end. I'm not sure. He sort of gets a weird disengage. I'm not sure if that's a block shed or whatever. But you notice, again, we had three people able to rush free against a 5-man protection. Not much more you can ask for in a 5-man blitz. Obviously, if they do block their running back, sometimes they can block that corner. We'll see if we get the disengage. I'll block my running back here, snap the ball, move over, and right there, we still get the pressure. Looked like the disengage seemed to be blocked a little bit better when they blocked their halfback. But again, we'll talk about some of the Bluff Blitz concepts you can run out of this shell cover 2 a little bit later. So now that we talked about the blitz a lot, let's just move into a base adjustment. Now, I don't really like the soft squats this year, just base. I haven't adjusted my zone drops at all right now. So usually what I'll do is just shade over the top, get the cloud flat. Cloud flats actually do play really good. I feel like against quick routes, so maybe a quick out route, quick flat route, quick running back table, quick zig, things of that nature. I like the way that the cloud flats play. Obviously, cover 2 is a pretty bad defense for late play situations, but you're kind of banking on this blitz being able to get you that quick pressure. Again, here, we kind of got nano detected there, which sometimes happens. It is unfortunate. But that's kind of what you pay for when you're not doing the contain. And you can still get nano detected when you do contain. So again, that's one of the reasons that I kind of likes the contain a little bit more. But obviously, it's not necessary. Again, all I'm doing is just shading over the top. You'll see it plays those underneath routes a little bit better. And right there, I messed up with my user. And, you know, sometimes when you mess up, you don't get pressure. That is, you know, what's going to happen in a blitz. And obviously, you can't guarantee any blitz to come in 100% of the time. Obviously, this is pretty close to a guaranteed pressure, but even if you mess up with your user once, you're not going to get the pressure. You're rushing 5, and that puts you in a bad spot. So again, I definitely recommend going in practice mode yourself, practicing this with your user, running this a lot, getting yourself a lot of reps, so that when you go into an online game, you're not messing up, because again, that can be costly. Now, as far as other adjustments I like to do, if I were to go against a spread here, and I were to run the blitz, something I like to do is just move this safety down and man him up. Now, you might be wondering why I don't man up B, and I could man up B, but that cloud flat actually presses those routes really well, especially streak routes. So if he's trying to streak you down the field or whatever, that is a good way to sort of counter that. Again, we get that quick pressure. So what we've learned from the blitz just right now is that you don't want him super close to that slot cornerback, but you want him far away. I'll show it one more time, then we'll move into the bluff blitz. So I don't want him, you know, right here. I kind of want him just even a step away. And I noticed that when I do that, I get those weird animations a lot less frequently, which is, you know, obviously what you want. Again, Jimmy G's breaking a lot of those sacks. You got to understand that even if you throw the ball before he gets there, you have a chance of getting a throw out of sack, getting hit when you throw, or an inaccurate pass. So even if something is a little bit open, right there, see, we kind of get the animation. We kind of got that cornerback coming free, but you see the right tackle actually got there in time. That's what I was talking about. If he's a little bit too far away, that sometimes happens. So you kind of got to find the balance. That's why I said go in practice mode yourself, because you saw I moved him out further, and that is the consequence of doing that sometimes, although you will get a more clean rush from that slot corner. With that being said, let's just move into the bluff blitz, and I'm going to go back to the play call screen just because I want to adjust my zone drop. So if I'm going to go with a bluff blitz, what I'm doing is setting my flats to 20 yards and setting my curl flats to 5 yards. Now, the reason I do that is so that I can double flat. That's a concept I like to run, especially out of cover 2 shells in particular. Again, let's just run the same play just because we don't want to switch anything up. Now, obviously, anytime you run a bluff blitz, you're going to press, you're still going to pinch your D-line, and you're going to move this cornerback in. You have to give him the illusion that you're blitzing still, even though you're obviously not. You're probably sending 3. So situations I would do this in is obviously notice your opponent blocking his running back. Maybe he does something like this. That's a complete tell that, you know, he's trying to block your slot cornerback. He moved him over to the side. He's, you know, going to block him if he does block his running back. So what you would go ahead and do is just throw A on a curl flat. So again, I'm going to shade over the top, get rid of those soft squats, give us cloud flats. It doesn't really matter when you have your zone drop set, but again, that's just something I like to do. Now the next thing you're going to do, and there's one of two setups. The first setup would be a 4-man rush, and what you would do is throw X in the curl flat, just like this. I really dislike this setup just because, you know, you're rushing 4, you're not running a blitz, so you're not really going to get quick pressure. But you also have to defend anything in the middle of the field, a quick slant, a quick drag, a post, and not only that, but also a seam route completely down the field. So this is a really bad setup. I don't really like to run it. I'll just show you guys it because it is an option. And obviously all this depends on what your opponent is running. If he's attacking the sidelines, if he's really not throwing in the middle of the field at all, let's say he's running tight offset, very sideline based offense, then I think this is a setup you could go to. But again, I'm really not a big fan of it. Probably my favorite way to run this would be A in a curl flat and then X in a middle third, and this player right here, or obviously you're going to do the D end opposite of your slot cornerback. So in this case, Weatherly, we're going to throw him in the curl flat, and right there, this would be probably the most safe setup that you could go ahead and go with. You still have that middle third. You don't have to worry about really anything deep. But then again, you only have one person defending the middle of the field, which is your user. So really, if your opponent is not the best, or if your opponent's good, he's going to be able to attack that pretty effectively. You notice that even though we only rushed 4, big nickel over G is really good block sheds. So even just running this play base, you can get nice sheds. And I actually like this play a little bit better. I feel like I get better sheds just running this 3-man rush, 4-man rush than I do out of any other big nickel over G play. Moving on, we'll hop into one last Bluff Blitz setup. And again, you're always throwing A in a curl flat, that slot cornerback. Make sure you always pinch your D-line. This setup is just going to be one step different. We're just going to throw X in the curl flat still. We're just going to keep a user right here. Keep a vert hook is what I meant. And again, obviously, let's say the ball is on the left side of the field. That's the short side. Maybe I can afford to do this. Who knows? Maybe I mix it up. You can always mix up your coverages like this. Get a little 4-lock palms almost type of a setup where you just man up half the field. But yeah, you can just mix in different things. Again, make sure you pay attention to what your opponent's doing. At that point, you can start to make riskier adjustments when you notice that he's not throwing to a side of the field, not putting a streak on the short side or whatever. So, geez, I don't know why Jimmy G's breaking so many sacks, but there's just a couple of options. Give you about 4 different coverage options just out of this play. You can always, audible to a cover 3. I would probably base a line if I were in a cover 3. But obviously, this is giving the exact same look as the strong safety linebacker 2, or blitz 2. And then obviously you're just in a cover 3. So you can really mix in any other plays. I've dropped a lot of videos on this formation, so pay attention to those and you can have really good success. So that's pretty much going to do for the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and peace. I'm out of here.